We have a lot of bananas on our property, at least a lot of banana plants, and we have 4 varieties that I'm aware of. There could be more, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 varieties that I'm aware of actually. And 4 of those are edible and 1 is ornamental. And today it's the ornamental banana that I'm going to be talking to you about. And this is it right here. This is Muso velutina, also known as the ornamental pink banana. So I have about probably 20 of these plants on the property spread out that were just here when we got it. And they were the first bananas that I saw growing here on the property actually. They have some pretty unique features, so I'm excited to tell you all about these guys. All right, so basically first thing that happens is, as with any banana plant, they're going to flower. This one hasn't opened up completely yet, but you can see here around the base, look at the baby pink bananas. Each one is probably about 1.5 inches to 2 inches long. They're really cute. And this is May right now, and they're all in bloom. We have, like I said, we have tons of them spread throughout this garden area here. Most of them are in a kind of part shade area, and then there's a couple that are in full sun, and they're doing great as well. So let me show you what happens to these guys as they ripen. So here we can see the flower has died and these fruits are ripening here. Now, how do we know when they are ripe? Oh, and here you can see with the flower still attached with the fruits ripening at the bottom. Soon the flower just falls off. And then we get to this stage. This is a really interesting banana because it's self-peeling. When they ripen, they actually open and peel themselves back. And as soon as they do, the birds are on them. I mean, you can see, this one opened just today. This one was closed yesterday when we came through here. And you can see the birds have taken that entire banana out. If we look around to this other side, here, you can see where the birds, they just go crazy for them. Now the weird thing is that when you smush it, it still feels pretty hard. But I know that these are ripe. So I'm gonna do something that I haven't done as of yet, and that is pick one of these big ones off and take it up to my cutting table. Come here, you. Okay. All right, so you can see it's not very big. I mean, when fully mature, we're looking at like 3 to 4 inches, somewhere in there. So not that big. And like I said, very hard. It's also called a pink velvet banana or pink hairy banana. And if you feel the peel, you'll know why. It has these very fine hairs on it, and it's kind of velvety feeling. So let's go up top, talk about it a little bit more, and then cut into this guy. So of course, being no expert in Muso velutina whatsoever, freely admit it, if you're a Muso velutina expert, please comment below. Here's some of the research that I came across. It's very interesting where this banana originated from. I mean, you would think somewhere tropical, right? No. The Himalayas. Isn't that interesting? I found that extremely interesting. So this originally comes from Asia, from the Himalaya area. So when you think the Himalayas, what do you immediately think of? Like cold, right? Yeah, this is one of the most cold tolerant bananas that you can grow. So if you're watching this in, from what I read, up to USDA zone about 7B, these things will grow. If it does freeze, they can die back. But the great thing about them is not only is the fruit kind of dwarf and mini, but the plant itself doesn't get hugely massive. You can grow these in containers and keep them out during the year, and then when the freezes are coming, you can bring them inside, so you can keep these all year round. So you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm gonna be able to grow a crop of bananas at my house in, I don't know, Oklahoma or something. Yeah, you can grow bananas, but that doesn't really mean you're gonna be able to eat them. These are considered to be ornamental bananas. Can you eat them? Yes, but there's something in them that makes them a little bit difficult to eat, which obviously the birds don't care about. But let me cut this guy open and show you what that is. You're probably going to be quite surprised. Seeds. And lots of them. And apparently they're like little pebbles. They're so hard they'll chip your tooth. I'm gonna try that just to see, but not tooth chipping. Like not even as hard as a popcorn kernel. I mean, it crunched pretty easily. But you can see that eating these is not an easy endeavor unless you plan on eating seeds. So I'm gonna scrape these out. Now I'll tell you, I did try a piece of this when I first got onto the property and I saw them. They weren't ripe and they made my mouth pucker. Like, have you ever accidentally got deodorant in your mouth? Brian, when I asked him that question, was like, no, and how do you do that? Okay, well, I have. And when you get it in your mouth just goes and kind of sucks in and gets like super dry. That's what this banana did when I took a little bite of it, and I did it in front of the workers, and they thought that I was the dumbest gringo they ever saw. Okay, so I got some of these out. I mean, this thing is all seed. I mean, yeah, I can see why they're saying that it's so difficult to eat. I mean, just finding some flesh without seed on it is pretty tough. But I think I've managed to do it. A grape seed. That's what the consistency is. It's like if you bite into a grape seed, that kind of crunch, that's what it is. Okay. Being edible and being something you want to eat are two completely different things. It does have that very dry kind of taste. It didn't make my mouth go that time because it's more ripe. But yeah, this is not something that I would want to mess with. These are for the birds, quite literally. So what I plan on doing is once I get my bird platform up here, because I want a bird feeding platform where I can sit on my porch and I can see them feeding, then I can kind of go pick them off when they get ripe and I can cut them open, a few of them, and leave them out here because the birds adore them. All right, so all in all, it's a beautiful plant. It makes a beautiful, very interesting fruit. I mean, not everyone has pink bananas. You can grow it in somewhere that is not tropical Panama, which is kind of fun. So it has a lot of things going for it. Of course, the con is you can't eat it. But that's okay. There's plenty of bananas in the world that you can eat. And if you subscribe, we're going to be talking about the other varieties I have on my property in upcoming gardening in Panama videos. And if you're enjoying learning how to garden in Panama, we have an entire playlist. So go to our channel. I'll link it below. Go to the YouTube channel, and then there's a Panama gardening link that has everything that we do about gardening. So until next time,